You clearly love Sacramento.
I do?
You write about Sacramento so affectionately and with such care.
Well, I was just describing it.
Well, it comes across as love.
Sure. I guess I pay attention.
Don't you think maybe they are the same thing? Love and attention.
When discussing the film Lady Bird, this scene overwhelmingly summarizes everything we're supposed to take away as a viewer by implicitly referring to the relationships it discusses and divulges. Love is expressed through attention, a fact often oblivious to the characters on both the giving and receiving end. Lady Bird is a film that dives into the world of Christine, aka Lady Bird, a 17-year-old girl navigating her senior year of high school, as well as her tumultuous relationships, romantic, platonic, and familial. At the heart of the story, we have the mother-daughter relationship between Marion and Christine. Marion has great difficulty expressing her love through affection and being emotionally there for her daughter. This leads to Christine often feeling unloved and genuinely believing her mom doesn't like her.
Your mom is really sad you weren't here tonight for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, she hates me.
She has a big heart, your mom.
I wish that you liked me.
Of course I love you.
But do you like me?
The way Marion shows her love is through attention, a fact that often goes unnoticed by Lady Bird. Lady Bird views this attention as suffocating and often unwanted. After growing up with a negligent mother, Marion believes this is the right way for her to express her love, by being the mother she wished she had growing up.
Didn't you ever go to sleep without putting all your clothes away perfectly? Like even once? And don't you wish your mom hadn't gotten angry?
My mother was an abusive alcoholic.
Within the context of the film, with Lady Bird as our protagonist, Marion is considered to be our agent of disequilibrium, our antagonist, the character that brings out the main problem. But this doesn't necessarily make her a bad or evil person, and definitely not a bad character. She has her flaws, but so does Lady Bird. Seeing as she is the cause of many problems throughout the film, some could also argue our agent of disequilibrium is Lady Bird herself. But seeing as we are being told this story primarily through the eyes of Lady Bird, for this context we will consider it as Marion. This just shows how well written Greta's characters are. We don't get one-dimensional stereotypes or characters that are good versus characters that are evil. They seem fully fledged out and lived in, extremely authentic and real, often blurring these lines between good and bad. As humans, we all make mistakes, and there's no such thing as perfection.
I'm sorry I'm not perfect.
No one's asking you to be perfect, just consider it would do.
The characters in this movie all have their own flaws and may view others as antagonists, but that doesn't necessarily make the other bad. Although Lady Bird may view her mother as an antagonist in her life, overbearing, often spewing hurtful words, and standing in the way of her university dreams, we as a viewer know that Marion is trying her best to raise Lady Bird, struggling with her financial situation, giving Lady Bird the attention she had always desired from a mother, and overall doing everything from her heart. Lack of attention and its effects is also evident when Marion begins to give Lady Bird the silent treatment. In what is, in my opinion, one of the most heart-wrenching scenes of the movie, we can see Marion suddenly removing this attention that was once being overwhelmingly given to Lady Bird, almost like a tablecloth being ripped from underneath her, or a spotlight being taken off. To someone who was once oblivious to her mother's attention, the lack of attention goes noticed and makes Lady Bird realize what had been there all along and she had taken for granted this entire time. The scene unfolds with her desperate pleas to hear her mother's voice as she profusely apologizes for her actions and the person she is.
Still though, I'm sorry. I know I can lie and not be a good person, but please, Mom, please, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I appreciate everything you've done for me. I'm ungrateful, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I wanted more. Just, please, talk to me. I know I'm so bad. I know I am. But please just talk to me, Mom. Mom, please talk to me.
Her and Lady Bird are the binary oppositions in this film, often going head to head and clashing due to the stubbornness and pride they both share. They're so stuck in their own ways, they aren't able to realize just how similar they are. They really are two sides of the same coin. Continuing on with the idea of love being represented by attention, let's move on to Julie. Julie is Lady Bird's best friend and views her almost in an idolized light. Her idolization is seen when she imitates Lady Bird by putting her name in quotes.
Julie doesn't need to be in quotes.
But it's not my real name.
It's not the same thing.
I'm not sure you're right.
This idolization is also seen when she follows Lady Bird into the theater program.
Congratulations.
You too, we both got in.
Everyone who auditioned got in. The part I got was basically not getting in.
I don't even know how I got cast in my part.
Me neither. I was the one who had a dress and prepared a song.
I know.
As the film progresses, Lady Bird befriends Jenna, an extremely wealthy, popular girl at her school that the two often talk about and idolize together.
Ugh, that car should be illegal. Jenna Walton's not doing any off-roading. She just goes to pavilions.
I heard Jenna Walton has a tanning bed in her house.
She is so pretty.
Her skin is luminous.
Maybe we should try tanning.
Yeah.
The lack of attention Lady Bird begins to give Julie when she transfers it towards Jenna due to status and popularity results in Julie feeling neglected and their relationship growing apart.
Where's Lady Bird?
She's with her new best friend. She thinks she's too cool for theater.
Julie, hey.
What do you want from Julie? Darlene, can you excuse us?
Darlene, stay.
Why aren't you in Algebra 2?
I switched sections.
Why?
Aren't Jenna and Kyle enough?
The main reasoning behind Lady Bird's befriending of Jenna, apart from her idolization of her and the upper class.
If I lived here, I would definitely have my wedding in the backyard.
I'd have friends over all the time to study and eat snacks. I'd be like, Mom, we're taking the snacks upstairs to the TV room.
I'd have my own bathroom.
Is because of her connection to Kyle. After developing a crush, we see Lady Bird striving for the attention of Kyle. She lies to both of them and spins a narrative in an attempt to become closer to him. Due to Lady Bird's idealized view of the world and Kyle, she confuses what she is given by him for genuine love and attention. He never truly cares for her. The attention he provides is lackluster, merely tolerating her presence and giving in to what she wants, but never giving himself over completely or caring enough to express genuine love or be genuine about his intentions. Now, going back to the original statement about love and attention, throughout the film, we see Lady Bird's hatred towards her hometown of Sacramento and her desire to live through something.
I wish I could live through something.
Do?
I don't even want to go to school in this state anyway. I hate California. I want to go to the East Coast. I want to go where culture is, like
How
New
in the
York.
world did I raise such a
or at least
snob?
Connecticut or New Hampshire, where writers live in the
Get
woods.
into those schools anyway.
Mom!
I've never even been to New York.
That's why I'm applying to New York colleges.
Then you'll be applying to UCs and state schools.
Yeah, but also those East Coast liberal arts schools like Yale, but not Yale because I probably couldn't get in.
Lady Bird always says that she lives on the wrong side of the tracks, but I always thought that that was like a metaphor.
Davis?
Davis is good. Maybe you should have looked at it.
It's only half an hour away.
I have to get out of Sacramento.
Why?
Because it's soul killing. It's the Midwest of California. Isn't there a thing like think globally, act locally? I feel that the person who said that didn't live in Sacramento.
Lady Bird realizes just how much she notices about her hometown, just how much attention she pays to it. The new equilibrium we see at the end of the film is shown by Lady Bird's yearning for Sacramento when she's living in New York. Through the voicemail she leaves her mom, we see her realize just how much she loves that little town, as well as just how much she loves her mom.
Hey, Mom. Did you feel emotional the first time that you drove in Sacramento? I did, and I wanted to tell you, but we weren't really talking when it happened. All those Bens I've known my whole life, and stores, and the whole thing.
Parallelism is shown in the nostalgic montage of both her and her mom driving through Sacramento. The three evidently go hand in hand.
But I wanted to tell you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you.
We know Lady Bird yearns to escape her town, her family, and often herself. By changing her name to Lady Bird, she is giving herself this semblance of control at a time when she's grappling with the challenges of girlhood and being on the brink of adulthood, as well as the financial instability being faced by her family and her far-fetched dreams of attending universities on the East Coast. I also believe the specific name Lady Bird refers to her wanting to take flight from her town, family, and self. Now, for the purpose of the following exercise, we asked an AI tool, ChatGPT, to write about film narrative and character in the context of Lady Bird. What we are given is a long response with many facts and good points, but AI is flawed in a way that simply cannot be fixed. It cannot provide us with a detailed, nuanced, emotional response that can be provided by a human. Its positionality does not allow it to respond in a way that incorporates the thoughts, feelings, and emotions a human would. For this example, an AI is writing about a film that depicts girlhood, teenage angst, growing pains, and overall an extremely human experience. It responds by collecting data from multiple sources on the internet and summarizing it into a response it believes answers our question. But its flaw is the fact that it will never understand the topic enough to answer to the best of its ability, because it will never get to live through the experience. I believe that, for example, me, as a 17-year-old girl navigating her senior year, who also shares a lot of similarities with Lady Bird, such as growing pains, yearning to study somewhere like New York or Connecticut, and dealing with complicated relationships in every sense of the word, would provide a better response due to the fact that I'm speaking from personal experience and not data collection. Greta Gerwig, director and writer of the film, comes from a similar background herself. Her positionality allows her to tell the story from a similar point of view, which automatically makes the story feel more authentic and lived in. If, for example, a 50-year-old man were to write and direct Lady Bird, there would have evidently been many changes due to the fact that he himself will never have to deal with the struggles of girlhood and mother-daughter relationships. This is not to say that stories should only be told from your own perspective. It is very important for creators to branch out and look at stories from different lenses, put themselves in different shoes, and take all kinds of risks. But the main idea is that experience automatically gives you a superior form of authenticity and realness over someone who has never and could never walk a day in your shoes. Thank you for watching my narrative and character analysis on Lady Bird. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you haven't seen the film yet, I absolutely recommend it. And if you have seen the film, I recommend watching anything else directed by Greta Gerwig because I feel that she is an amazing director. Have a good day.